So the purpose of the grip strength test is to measure the isometric strength as well as the strength of the forearm muscles. So what he's going to do is we're going to turn it on and have it set to his age, make sure it's set to male, and then what you're going to do is hold it out and make sure your feet are hip width apart. So you're going to hold it out, inhale, bring it down, exhale, and squeeze, and that will just show the rating of it. So we're going to start, feet are hip width apart, and 3, 2. Okay. So the rating for his right arm was 53 kilograms, so we're going to go ahead and record that. And we're just going to go ahead and do it again on the right side, just to get an accurate reading. So we're going to hit start, everything is set. Feet are hip width apart. Just do it one more time, and go. And that time it was 60.3. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do it on the left hand. Go ahead. 57.9 for the left hand on the first trial. And we're gonna go ahead and do that again. Reset. Alright. Here we go.
That was weak.
56.2. Alright, and that's it for that test.
Next is the push-up test. So before I do the push-up test, I show him how to perform a push-up the right way. So when I show him that, I also show him the incorrect way to do it. So whether it be sticking your butt up in the air when you're doing a push-up, or doing the worm push-up. Once I finish demoing the proper push-up, it is now his turn. So I take the test, we do the test twice with him, making sure his form and everything is good so that he does not risk getting injured.
The purpose of this test is to test the flexibility of your lower back as well as your hamstrings. So you have to make sure that your feet or your shoes are off. And what you're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a modified hurdler stretch. So for that, I'm just going to control the camera quickly. Is you're going to have one leg brought in towards your inner thigh, and then take your hand and bring it over, and you're going to feel a stretch right in your hamstrings. And you're going to do that for 20 seconds on each side. That, and like that. You're going to do it facing here, like this. Okay? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and time that. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's 20 seconds and switch. And then after that, we're going to do a sit and reach test. Alright, 10 more seconds. Thank you, small bag. Alright, you're good. So now that that's done, what we're gonna do is have both of your feet touching this green tape. So since I don't have a box, I'm just gonna use the chair because the chair is straight up and down. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna inhale and slowly reach forward and extend and exhale, right? And we will measure how far you are, how far you can stretch, and that'll test your flexibility. So you should go whenever, so inhale and stretch. All right. First one. Go ahead and write that down. And so we're gonna do 2 trials. This will be the second trial. Just go ahead and inhale and forward. Okay. That's it for the sit and reach test.
Next is the vertical jump test. I'm demonstrating the procedure to the client, showing him how to stand elbow length apart from the wall for safety reasons so he doesn't get injured. And crouching down with the arms behind the body, which is exactly what he ends up doing. And I'm also telling him to wait 2 seconds before jumping, and I actually do the counting for him just so he doesn't get off track or confused.
Nice. Alright, good job. Alright. We're gonna pretend to now. 1, 2. There you go. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Now that he's done the jump test with his eyes open, we're going to go ahead and do it with our eyes closed, making sure that we take a 15-second break in between each set.
Nice. One more. 1, 2.
Back extension test. First, what I'm doing is the pre-screening test, where he lies down in Superman position and I ask him to raise each limb, seeing if there's any pain and if it's okay and he can move them all right.
Okay. Your arm. Doesn't matter which one. There you go. And down. Any pain?
No.
Okay. And your other arm? Any pain?
No.
I demo for him how to do the back extension test, how to lie down, the proper form for it, and now it is his turn. So I'm showing the screen the stopwatch that we're using, and he's going to go ahead and hold it. And lastly, I just have my client do the lower back stretch. I will be demoing it for him first to show him how to do it properly, and then it's going to be his turn.
10 seconds in, Amber.
Oh, I thought you haven't started yet.
One-legged stance test. So first off, I'm just going through the procedure of the one-legged stance test. So I'm just going to show him I'm going to be demonstrating to him how to go about the test. So I'm showing him that you're supposed to stand barefoot behind the chair when we're on a flat, hard surface. Hands are on both opposite shoulders as well as crossed with your timer.
Okay. Ready? Okay, ready? And go. That's 43 seconds.
Grabbing at any table.
You should see mom's face when you're so sure. She'd be like, no. And then you're like, I'll just do it.
Next, I will be showing him how to do it with his eyes closed, which is the same thing, but it's just a little bit harder because there's nothing you can actually focus at.
You access for 5 minutes and you're gonna do it, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna list it. Closed. Closed. Left leg was 13. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and do it on the opposite leg. Okay. Ready? And go.
And once it is done, I'm going to go ahead and record the numbers for that part of the test. And we are finished with that one. Modified Canadian aerobic fitness test. So right now what I am doing is I am just recording my client's name, age, heart rate, their blood pressure, height, weight, and gender at the top of the form. So I'm just adjusting the strap for the I'm adjusting the strap, putting it up on his arm, making sure it's nice and secured. And we will just go ahead and measure his blood pressure. And that just takes a couple seconds. Now once that is done, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the cuff and write down the data and continue on to the next part. The next part is the actual step test. So for this, what I'm doing is just showing him without the music. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that twice. And once I'm done that, it's his turn to do the exact same thing. So stepping sequence 2 times without the music. Next, once he gets the hang of that, I'm showing him how to do it without the music, just so he gets a hang of what he has to do. And next it is his turn, and I'm just standing right behind him, making sure he's doing the correct movements, as well as making sure that he doesn't misstep, or that he's still okay. Next is the stretching, so we're just doing a quick calf stretch. And I'm just demoing how to do that. And now it's his turn, and I'm just timing it for 20 seconds on both sides so he gets a good stretch in.
You guys must be very tight of that before you can go.
Well, how far do you want me to go?
Here. I'm going to. I'll give it to you. Okay. Good.
I show him the Borg scale, how it works, and make sure that he is familiar with the chart. And now we move on to the second sequence.
Make sure to look forward. 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 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 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Stop. Bend your balls. Huh?
Now that I found his pulse, I'm going to go ahead and write that down in my findings, just so that I have it for later.
So a 6?
Yeah.
So you're more a little bit hard. Are you still good to go on?
Kinda.
And since he's good to move on, we are moving on to the next part of the step test, where the speed is a little bit faster.
Alright, now.
You can also
Stop.
nod.
Okay, you can't check your pulse. Okay.
So once he completed the test, we checked his heart rate, and I checked in with him again to see if how he was doing, and he said that he was too tired to move on, he was too fatigued. So that is where we stopped the test, and we did not proceed any further. Next, we performed the calf stretch again for the cool down,
Okay, we'll just go.
20 seconds on each side. And to finish off the modified Canadian aerobic fitness test, I go ahead and take blood pressure again.
be making the camera person laugh.
One 34 over 82. Okay. Alright, so the purpose of the waist circumference test is to measure health risks, whether it be your obesity, left your shirt. Can you identify your iliac crest? Identify it as being right there. Now, can I measure you? We're gonna measure on.
Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm just placing the tape at his iliac crest, and I'm wrapping the tape around him, making sure it's wrapped firmly around his waist. And I'm just gonna go ahead and ask him to inhale, and this will give us a more accurate reading of his waist. So he's inhaling, and we're gonna go ahead and measure that.
Alright, so now that we have that measured, that is it for the waist circumference test.